Hey guys, so we've been studying the book of Romans. We started at verse 1, and we're going to stay in verse 1 because something came to mind. So this is one thing for me, is it says Paul wrote the book of Romans, and he had already been preaching for over 20 years. I think one of the biggest things as Christians, we don't really understand this type of Christianity for the most part, especially here in the Western world. Like, we are very comfortable. I'm sitting here in a room, I have AC, I got bills to pay, money's coming in. Like, I'm living a great life. But I want you to ask yourself this question. Why would someone who is very well known, like Paul, who was Saul, he was a scholar, very influential, like he had a great life. He didn't need to do all this. And if you've ever read, as we will read all the things he has to go through, for 20 years minimum, he's been preaching for some 20 years. Why would someone, and this is not just him, like all disciples and all the people in the Bible, especially like, Peter and all these martyrs that eventually start dying. Everyone dies in a crazy way, not like in their sleep, like murdered. What was it that made them want to do this? And the only thing in verse 1 that tells me is that set apart for the gospel of God. And the gospel of God is the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, you can call these people crazy, but I feel like you have to be a little crazy to believe this stuff, right? Like, there are times God calls us to do things that don't make sense. Now, I don't mean like committing murder or genocide in his name. That's not what I get when I read the book. But for example, Paul is literally traveling years and miles and getting shipwrecked and in prison for years because he wholeheartedly believes in the gospel of God and the gospel of Jesus Christ. When he started as a person that was killing and persecuting other Christians because of this gospel. And I want you to ask yourself, as a Christian, do you believe in this that much? And for those of you that are not Christians, ask yourself, what in your life would make you do this to the capacity of what Paul's doing? Like, what in your life is that important that you would give up everything to go do it? Even if you don't believe in Christianity, you have to say these people are people like you would admire, like the devotion that they have to what they believe. And I'm not saying for you to believe what I believe. I'm just saying take the time to read and then make your opinions of if it's for you, if it's not. For me, as I read, it just makes the most sense. It really does. So make sure to come back for verse 2.